Hi guys, it's been a minute. So I want to talk about something. So as like a disclaimer, I just want to say I am fully aware of pretty privilege and I believe it exists 100%. It's why I lost part of the weight in the first place. If you don't know, I used to be about 180 pounds. I had cystic acne. I was like on food stamps. I had terrible relationship with like everyone in my family. Like I was not having a good time. Okay, my life was like a lot different to how it is now. But back then, when I envisioned what it would be like to glow up, I thought my life would be perfect. I thought everyone would be nice to me. Things like that. And to an extent, it was true. However, there are things that I wish I knew before then because I was not prepared at all. This is also kind of coming from a psychological standpoint. It's not just my personal opinion. Just as a disclaimer. So, something I didn't anticipate was, yes, there's all the pros. Like, I think we see them everywhere, so like we get it, hopefully. You know what I'm talking about? But there are some downsides, some dark sides to glowing up. And I experienced them more online for sure, but I think this is especially when you're a girl. But when I became more conventionally attractive, I was met with a lot more aggression than I anticipated. And I'm not saying that like I'm a perfect person or that I'm not worthy of criticism, because for sure, like I do dumb stuff all the time, like I'm super annoying. However, I do not think I deserve relentless attacks on my appearance every single day, nor do any of the other girls I see online, like Leah Halton, Megan Fox, like Bella Hadid, all the hot girls. If you look at their comments on TikTok, it's like, you ain't shit, you're ugly, well your nose is weird, well you're fake, blah 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 blah, you're a slut. Like, we see that. So yes, like pretty privilege, like I said, it's real, and maybe we get more like likes and attention than we deserve. However, we also get a lot of like aggression that we don't deserve. And I think I kind of have ugly duckling syndrome. I'm not sure if that's like a thing, but like I grew up kind of fugly, so I still have like that girl in me, and that's kind of how I operate in the world. So whenever people are like mean to me, I take that very, very personally. I'm like working through that. But just if you are like glowing up, realize that some people are going to be cruel to you, and it's not because of what you think. So I think sometimes we forget that yes, we're human, but we are literally just animals on this earth. We're mammals who have like mating strategies and like biological phenomenons. So basically, the reason why other women in particular might feel the need to comment on your appearance in a weird way, if you notice that your friends start treating you a bit strange. I lost some friends when I lost some weight because I feel like they were less comfortable around me and felt threatened. And I know that I sound so narcissistic when I say this, but I'm just speaking like objectively as I can. But yeah, anyway, like I feel like you kind of get what I'm trying to say. It's basically like we want to be the optimal mate, and so even though we're not like monkeys or cavemen anymore, we still are hardwired to want to be the ideal mate. And so whenever we see someone who we feel threatened by internally, we get aggressive and we want to take them down a notch so we feel better. That's what it is, you know. Like obviously I can't speak for every time someone gets bullied, but for the most part we bully people because we feel threatened by them in one way or another, or because it's like a reflection of how we treat ourselves or how other people treat us. Like for example, I'm gonna use a few examples so like hopefully it clicks. Like let's say you're in school, there's a school bully who beats up everyone. Where do you think that bully learned that from? Do you think maybe their dad hits them? Do you think maybe they have really negative self-talk where they're like, oh, I'm so ugly, blah 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 blah, so they take it out on other people because that's all they know? Okay, there's that. Or let's say you have a friend and that's a bad example actually. Just like think of like the mean girl at school. You know, sometimes people will just only be mean to you because they're like, oh, she's doing kind of better than me, so I need to take her down a notch so I feel better. And a lot of the time it's literally just subconscious. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to throw that out there because I was just not ready at all. I thought when I got pretty it would be all like sunshine and rainbows, but no, it's an Jesus. It's an invitation to more attention, both positive and negative. And for sure, for the most part, it's gonna be a lot more positive. But like, people are gonna want to take you down a notch, and that's just like the truth. So be aware of that. Also, sometimes people might take you a little bit less seriously in some contexts, and this part I feel like I'm kind of walking on like a slippery slope, so if I say anything weird, correct me in the comments. I'm an intersectional feminist, and I feel like beauty standards tie into that in a weird way, because on one hand you don't want to like reinforce beauty standards, but on the other, in the society we live in, when you're a woman, like, your looks are your power. Like, so it's like, what am I supposed to do here? I get a lot of criticism from feminists, and that wasn't something that I was used to, because before, like, I was doing my makeup, I was like using filters, whatever, and it wasn't a problem. But now that I am conventionally attractive, it's a big problem, and I'm seen as anti-feminist, and I'm not sure what to do about that, because like, I don't know, I just feel like there are so many issues going on in the world right now, and so many terrible men doing terrible things. It's so weird to me how many feminists are like just on my ass relentlessly for just like existing, like finding some way to criticize me. And maybe this is just my brain trying to like cope, but it really just feels like they're using feminism as like a tool to, like, going back to what I said earlier, take me down a notch. And I feel like I feel like this is why I try not to stick to certain ideologies that ever control what people do, because I feel like it could just be a tool to get what you want out of the situation. Like, I'm never ever gonna tell a woman what to do. Like, if she wants to be a housewife, well, cool. If she wants to be a stripper, cool. Like, all you can really do is just educate people as to why they might be doing what they're doing, the structures that like were set in place to make them want to do that, but ultimately, like, it's their decision. And once you try to start controlling another woman, in my personal opinion, that's where you're having a problem. Like, I don't think it's ever okay to tell someone else what to do so long as they're not harming anyone else. So it's kind of, you didn't ask for that, that's just my opinion that I wanted to share. But yeah, basically just like be prepared for people to kind of like feeling a little bit less comfortable around you, because when I was the fat friend, people felt like comfortable around me and chill, but when I became whatever, pretty or whatever, they started to feel a little bit threatened and like, wait, well, I need to be like better now. I need to like take her down a notch so I feel like confident again. And so I guess moral of the story is be ready for that, but also like instead of, if you are one of those people, because I used to be, for sure, like whenever I was jealous of someone, I would have to do like mental gymnastics to feel like good about myself. But try to get to a point where you have like a yes and approach. Like, she can be beautiful, I can be beautiful. Our beauty does not take away from each other. Like, we coexist together and we're all beautiful. But also, I think the objective should be like body neutrality, you know? Like, my looks aren't the best thing about me. They're just a tool. I kind of use my looks as a tool because I think that in our patriarchal society, that's kind of like the most we have going for us. I mean, I don't like the way I said that. That was kind of bad. But anyway, I don't know. I just think we should not be necessarily mean or nice to people just because of how they look. And instead of attacking other people, which by the way looks tacky and insecure, focus on yourself and like what makes you feel good. Like, all that energy you want to give to people, like talking shit about them, whatever, give it to yourself. Like, if you are constantly criticizing women for how they look or what they do, like blah 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 blah, think about how many hours you spend on your phone doing that you could have spent like reading or like working on your goals or like hitting the gym or meditating. Like, because when you are hating on people, you are still giving them more attention. you're feeding the algorithm which one gives more people like that on your feed, and two, like, you're making them more popular. So it's like a lose-lose for everybody. So anyway, peace and love. I wouldn't sound like a narcissist. Bye.